Hi, this is Bill Girl from the Columbia County Chamber of Commerce. This is a continuation of our education series. A few months ago we did one on the new tax laws in the country, and today we're going to be talking about a very hot topic in our country and around the world, AI. And our expert today is Katelyn. Would you introduce yourself?
My name is Katelyn Milinowicz, and I have 20 years experience working with data and the cloud. Most recently, I've relocated to this area, and I'm looking forward to helping small businesses with AI and other things that I can assist them with.
I want to welcome you back home.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're back here in your home community. It's great to have experts like yourself come back to the Hudson Valley and the Columbia County. So we're here to talk about AI as a tool for small business. I think there's a perception out there, I'm a small business here in Columbia County, landscaper, house painter, whatever. I don't need AI. We're here to tell them that they can use AI and it will be a great tool for them. I'm a two-person landscaper, 3 people, maybe employees. Mm-hmm. How can AI make my world better today?
Well, sure. If I can back up 1 second, actually most people are using AI currently. In the current world, there are AI tools, which you might use. QuickBooks or Gmail has AI components. Different photo applications have AI components. Most software that you use has some level of AI in it. The AI we're talking mostly about today is more of the chatbot AI or the general use AI, general purpose AI. And that can be very powerful for small businesses. Your 2 or 3 person landscaping outfit, those are people who have expertise in landscaping, and but as they run their business, they're going to run into things that they need to handle where they may not have as much expertise. AI is a wonderful tool to look at as like a 4th employee that can advise you on the things that you don't have as expertise in, for example. Or if you're reaching out to professionals, for example, a lawyer or an accountant, you can use it to prepare you for that meeting so that that meeting is as advantageous as possible, and so that you incur the lowest bill possible when you're working with these other professionals.
Great. Cost. Is it going to cost everybody a fortune to use AI?
No, and one of the great things right now is a lot of the big AI companies. There are small AI companies, but a lot of the big AI companies are available for free right now for small amounts of usage. So those companies would be Microsoft's Copilot, Google's Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude. And I encourage you to try to use those free offerings. But as you use AI, you can also discover new tools that may be more bespoke or custom for your use.
Big issue, we hear it every day, privacy. What about privacy issues with AI?
Sure. Different AI platforms have different policies when it comes to privacy and also intellectual property. What I would advise is that people are aware of the policies of the platform that they use. Those policies are usually different depending on if you're a paid subscriber. Paid subscriptions are usually starting at $20 a month, or if you're using for free. Regardless, I would not want to put identifying information into a chatbot or anything that you do not want publicly available. So it's nice to think of it in terms of hypotheticals. These are the ways you would talk to AI, is more in terms of hypotheticals.
So we're talking about a tool for small companies, which 90% of our companies here in Columbia County are small companies. Mm-hmm. I think the number is more like 80% have 10 or less employees. But is AI a product, technology that will allow big companies to dominate small companies in your view?
In my view, so it would really depend on the sector, but a lot of the businesses here are physical businesses, and I see AI as a huge game changer for them to increase their presence. I also see small businesses as being generally lower margin and a bit time poor because the employees are fulfilling a lot of different roles. So AI can really help to optimize how they're spending their time and how they're spending their money to to come up with the best products or offerings.
Well, I'll follow up with that because
Yeah.
I want to ask you, is there a beginning exercise somebody should do to get them a little bit acquainted with the technology? Maybe you
Excellent
could recommend.
question.
Yeah.
I have a few. I would say one is if you're going to a new professional, for example, a lawyer or accountant, you could have a conversation with AI that you talk through your concerns that you're going to be presenting this professional. Another example, totally unrelated to business, is if you have a young child in your life, propose the writing of a short story or something. It would be like a great gift, but it's a way for you to become familiar with how AI works and how you can make its output custom to your situation.
Small businesses, we talk about a lot of people that are out in the field every day. Maybe you could speak a little bit about how AI could help them with administration and organization, perhaps collecting messages for them, responding back to messages, things of that sake when they're out in the field and not available to pick up a phone?
Sure, there's lots of great tools there's lots of great specific products for phone and email answering, but you can also use autocomplete or auto suggestions in your email. Those are tools that already exist for most people's email applications. In addition, there are tools that take meeting notes for you, that then you have the output and they can identify things like action items, the agenda for the next meeting, items like that. That would also be a great tool for if you are going into a home and delivering a quote or something of that sort, if you're in construction or in any of the home services.
So if you sell fireplaces or you sell flowers, how could AI help you promote and develop sales strategies for you?
Yeah, that's actually a really fun first use case as well. So telling AI about your business and asking it to plan a marketing campaign or draw up a sign if you're using an AI platform that has image capabilities. There's really nothing that AI can't propose a solution to. You, of course, are in charge, so you decide whether you want to use that solution or not. The other thing that I would say is any facts that you get from AI, you want to make sure that you verify them separately.
Right.
As we've all heard, the AI does hallucinate, and you just want to make sure any facts that you're relying upon are accurate, and so don't take AI's word for it when you are relying on a fact.
Yeah, so you want to confirm that data that you're pulling out of the bank.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Any drawbacks to AI that you can think of for a small company as far as cost, initial cost? It sounds like you can get into using AI for a very reasonable price.
100%. I would say when you're talking to an AI chatbot and it's sort of one-off conversations where you're seeking advice, that situation to me is just a straight win. Again, you don't need to take the advice, but it is another sort of set of eyes on your product or on your marketing campaign or on your accounting. If you get to the point where you're building AI into your processes, there may be tools that come and go. There's a lot of innovation in AI, which is a great thing right now. But what it means is there's going to be companies that rise and then fall. And so if you're relying on those companies, you could potentially be in a position where you need to switch to another solution at some point. I think for small businesses in the area, that is less of a risk, and it's more about having the conversations with AI and getting into the practice of having basically another member of your team on your team.
And another thing that we see, and I played around with, is if you've never done a strategic plan for your business before,
100%.
AI can assist you with that. And that's a very important strategy for people to lay out over a couple years and always have that as their playbook, right?
100%. Or if you're considering offering service X or service Y and you want to talk through which one would be better, the pros and cons of each, AI is a great tool for that. Really, if you want an opinion, if you want sort of like another opinion on any sort of change you're thinking of making to your business, AI is a great way to bounce ideas around.
When we talk about the financial reporting, we mentioned earlier about it being in QuickBooks and whatnot.
Yep.
What are some other things? Yes, it's in QuickBooks, but what else can it help you with financial planning or reporting with?
Well, for example, this isn't exactly financial planning, but when I was buying my house, I used AI to work through the cost structure in the area, or the real estate cost in the area, and sort of my bidding process. You want to be careful with your financial data if you are unaware of the privacy around the AI tool you're using. But also there are amazing AI tools within, for example, Google, that would allow you to, would create templates for you to input your books in. At this point, I wouldn't advise anyone to use that over something like QuickBooks, because QuickBooks has a lot more of the accounting rules in it. So I guess it sort of depends on your level of sophistication with your own accounting.
Excellent point. When we think in terms of small companies, very seldom do they have an HR person or an HR department. HR compliance issues is huge. There's some new legislation coming down that companies now with 10 or more employees are going to have to start offering a 401k plan to their employees. I don't know if a lot of companies know that yet. We hope that their CPAs are educating them on that. But when it comes to HR and compliance, AI again can be a huge assistance to a small company, correct?
Yes, you can do great research with AI. I would again point back to the point that AI can hallucinate, so you just want to have a second level of verification. But what I would tend to have is an ongoing discussion with AI where I tell AI that it is an HR compliance officer, for example, and ask it questions. I would want to name the place that I'm in. Small details about the company, like number of employees and sort of business area or vertical, and then start asking AI sort of the compliance questions that you speak of, or if there are any new laws in the area or things like that. Those sorts of things can be very handy.
Well, we're going to wrap up here, but thank you for your time today. You said you're here to help small companies. Would you like to give everybody your contact information, how they can reach you?
Sure. You can actually contact me at mainstreetmatters.com. It has hyphens in it, and I'll include a slide after this session as well.
Well, I'm Bill Gerlach at the Columbia County Chamber of Commerce. Again, this is an educational module that we're going to do. We're going to be talking about other topics as the weeks and months go on. Thank you for coming in today. It really is something that we cannot ignore. We might not like everything about AI, but we have to embrace it as a tool as we move forward with our businesses and our own lives for that matter. So thank you again. Signing off, I would just like to say if you have any suggestions that you would like us, or any topics that you would like us to cover here at the Chamber on education, please call me here at the office in Hudson, 518-828-4417. Thank you, Ryan, from Mid-Hudson Fiber.
Thank you.
And thank you, Katelyn, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.